Hello, McFluffy52 here, back with some more Lost Caverns of Ixalan action, and today we are playing a Boros control list. Now, it might sound a little interesting because you think of Boros as more of the small creature aggro strategies, and you think of maybe Azorius as kind of a control color. Well, today I have a kind of a controlling list, I would say, because we want to remove everything from the board, and we have a kind of late game plan that we're stalling the board out for. So yeah. That is the idea of the deck, is we're playing Boros control, so we got a bunch of removal here with like Get Lost, Volcanic Spite, Brotherhood's End, Depopulate, Sunfall, and then the end game, it's all about Money Ma'am Chandra here. Chandra, Hope Beacon, this is a Planeswalker from Art of the Machines, 6 mana, 5 loyalty, but it has this really cool static ability that says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers once each turn. So, well, what are some like big spells to cast? Well, one that did that's pretty good with it is Explosive Singularity. This is a 10 mana mythic sorcery that you can kind of convoke out, but it deals 10 damage to any target. Now, thanks to Lost Caverns of Ixalan, we have an actual pretty good way to cast it without Chandra, and also a good way to also casting or like have a big spell to cast off Chandra as well. We have Hit the Mother Lode. Now this is a new rare from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, 7 mana sorcery for 4 and 3 red. Discover 10. So discover, you exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 10 or less in this case, because it's discover 10. And then you can either cast that for free or put it into your hand. Now, Hit the Mother Lode also says if you have, or if the spell ends up being less than 10, create tapped treasures equal to the difference. So this is kind of the backup plan. Get a bunch of mana because we're going to make a bunch of treasures, and 7 mana is a lot easier to reach than 10 mana for Explosive Singularity. So the real plan for this deck is, yeah, we're going to be a little annoying to our opponents. We're going to blow up their creatures with volcanoes, or we're gonna end some brotherhoods, and then the plan is to play Chandra and then play Explosive Singularity or Hit the Mother Lode and do big things. We have other good cards that work well with Chandra. Another one, important one to mention here, is Light Up the Night. X in red deals X damage to any target. It deals 1 additional to a creature or planeswalker, and then it also has Flashback for 4. Remove X loyalty counters to pay for the X this way. So this originally, when Chandra came out, she made some sort of splash in some tournaments, being cast with Breach the Multiverse and also Light Up the Night for like 2 of the cards that she saw play with. So we're also including 1 copy of that to hopefully help finish off our opponent if they gain some life, or like we kind of want our opponents to stay around 20 life. So yeah. Anyways, the deck link will be in the description, so if you have any questions, feel free to go down there, ask questions in the comments, or look at the deck list there. And yeah, if you enjoy these types of videos, consider subscribing. I think we're going to keep this hand because we have Sunset Revelry, big score. I forgot to mention some things, a little erratic here, but yeah, we have 26 lands, and we're playing some like Thrill for Discovery and big score, so you can discard these lands pretty easily and draw into more lands. That is not a good sign. Our opponent is playing Life Gain. Darn it. I think today Legend VD released a Clerics video, and this might be that Clerics deck. Nope, maybe it's not. I don't know. Could just be standard old Life Gain. They have Get Lost here, another new spell. If you're playing Control, want flexible removal. Or I would think you want flexible removal, so applying it to hopefully deal with the creatures. Alright, well, I guess we should have done this before they actually cast their spell, because then they wouldn't have explored and everything, but, or they wouldn't have explored that land into their hand, but it is what it is. No changing it now. I think we'll actually just pass the turn. And just hit around here. Light Up the Night is also nice because it's just in a pinch you can throw it at a creature. It is unfortunately a sorcery. Now if they go to explore on this, we actually have a pretty good move here, is this will screw up their explorer and also get rid of the evangelist. Not great because they get another bat, but we'll do what we can. This is a little unfortunate. We don't get to do everything with this, but we do get to create some dorks here if we cast this Sunset Revelry, or we can just hold off and cast the big score. I think we're just going to hold off and cast the big score. The opponent doesn't have a huge threat. Probably better to hold off casting our spells until there's a bigger problem. Okay, resolve. They can make it indestructible at instant speed, which is a little unfortunate, but we have Sunfalls in our deck, so we can get rid of it if necessary. Our opponent is playing a Orzhov token deck. We figured it out. Might actually just discard the Light Up the Night, though. We're going to draw into a land. We have 26 lands. There's no way we miss on lands, right? No way, right? Awesome. Okay. Huh. So we don't have a great way of dealing with everything. Let's draw another card and gain some life. Another awesome card, Union of the Third Path. 3 mana instant draw card, gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. This deck is really all about preventing whatever your opponent's doing for the time being. We could cast a Sunset Revelry. That might not be a bad idea. The opponent still has more life than us and we could make the things. Let's just do this. Could have held off casting like a Volcanic Spite or cast this Get Lost with those lands. But I don't mind cracking into our treasures if we really won't need to. The opponent might be thinking, oh, they can activate Mondrak's ability because, well, we're tapping out. But this is where they made a mistake for getting that treasures pay for mana. They must have thought they were maps or something. I don't know. How did we hit like 3 Get Lost though? That is impressive. I feel bad for our opponent at that point. Look how many maps they have. That is fine. That is very fine. Lord Skitter, that is less fine. We will kill the Lord Skitter with this Volcanic Spite or this Light Up the Night, potentially. He's gonna get rid of cards in our graveyard, but that's not the end of the world. While our opponent's tapped out, we're just gonna go ahead and do this. We'll put away the mountain. And we got a plants instead. But yeah, Volcanic Spite, I'll go over the card since I forget. I've played so much of this standard that like every card to me is like completely known, and I forget that like some people this card might not be obvious what it is. But yeah, you can put a card from your hand into your library and then draw one. So you kind of like swap out a card from your hand off the top of your library. That is not bad. That is actually not bad. Alright, so how do we do this? We want to play down Chandra, like pretty much no matter what, I think. We blow up the Evangelist. With Chandra and the bat token or something. I think we can keep our Chandra alive. That is basically all we're trying to do here. Pay 1. Donk, donk. You can choose. I didn't go with Chandra's abilities, but
everyone we've lost to Phyrexia.
now we can Light Up the Night for pay 0. It does 1 damage to a creature, and we copy it with the Chandra, so we can completely wipe up the board here. Just need our opponent not to have like ossification or something. But yeah, Chandra's abilities, +2, add 2 mana in any combination. +1, exile top 5 cards of your library. Until your end of your next turn, you may cast that instant or sorcery spell. among those exile cards. Oh, Helping Hand, that's nice. And then -X deals X damage to up to 2 targets. And my opponent is growing their creatures. That is a tough bat. Alright, we're going to want to find a sweeper off Chandra if we can. We have several in the deck. We're going to crack all their maps to make their bat massive. Alright, we know what they have on the top of their deck. It's been shown many times. Alright, Chandra, find me a little exile removal. That is not what I was hoping for. Alright, Alright, so we can get lost. Good game? What do you mean good game? I'm a little confused on what exactly they mean, but I should have done these get lost on their turn and then done Volcanic Spite on my turn. Anyways, on their turn we can cast the Volcanic Spite and blow up 2 of their creatures. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Yeah, that is less than desirable. Wait, 2/1/1s. Chandra is going to die most likely. Unless they play this very smart. Oh no, they didn't do it. Okay, well.
Let's give it our all.
We can double tap the creatures that are going at Chandra, or I can keep them as is and deal with one of these bats. Let's deal with one of these bats. Chandra stays alive, so it's pretty irrelevant whether or not she takes 3 damage or 6, or 3 damage or no damage. I think I prefer to keep my life total a little bit padded. My turn. Brotherhood's End. Yeah, that does pretty good. Wait, I'm gonna lose my Planeswalker. Can we potentially do something else? Okay. I'm sorry, Chandra, but it looks like we have no option. Bye-bye, Chandra. You served us well. So honestly, I should have used the Brotherhood's End for my hand and cast the instant they had there. A little bit of my bad. Because then I would have drawn a card at least. And +3/+3. Everything they play has +3/+3. Where are my like depopulates and stuff? I would love to know. But yeah, you can see how we're really stalling out the game here. We just didn't draw into one of our win cons potentially. Our opponent has really kept the gas going. I give them credit for that. They have a very resilient deck. Alright. Can we draw something a little more useful than Brotherhood's End? What is the mana value of this? The transformed permanent? I wonder. No mana value, so like 0? That is not good. That will do something, but we're looking still pretty dead. Could we have done that on our last turn? I don't think so. I don't think we had quite enough mana. It's not lethal. We will take 11. 11 off the top. Sunfall. Okay. It's gonna cast that one. Okay. Still alive. Still alive and still kicking. Oh, whoops, I should have activated it. That's fine. I can do it this turn. You know what they might do? They can return a creature at instant speed with Helping Hand, is it? No, it's sorcery. Okay. Lord Skitter. Okay. That is fine. I've won games by simply attacking in with these boros man lands. They're very good lands. No, not my Chandra. Why didn't they take that Light Up the Night? The real question, but my turn. Oh. Alright, so we can filter out a land if we want. Could attack in. We're just gonna lose a creature, so we'll just do this. I can't attack in with the Bivouac, so we'll just wait. Or Sunfall into Sunfall. That is kind of what I was looking for. This deck really grinds. Really good at the grinding. Alright, let's just go in there. We can cast this Thrill of Possibility on their turn, potentially. We'll put it on the Bivouac. This is another great thing about the Bivouac, is it's just really good at pitching out games, because it just grows and grows and grows and stays. Glass Core is a 4/4. That is a bit of a problem. Pass. Let's throw a possibility here real quick. Ooh, big score. That's huge. All right. We have a plan. We'll put the counter on the Bivouac again. Go in. Wait a minute. They weren't supposed to do that. Actually, we can do the Iganjo if they attack in. We can use Channel Iganjo if they go to attack in, though. If they have a pump for it, we're kind of dead. But at this point, we'll deal with that when we get there. Alright. Need another sweeper. 2 life. That is not great for us. Gonjo deals with that. We lose no life because Glass Core only cares. Okay. Now this is the point where the question is, do we gamble? Because we could hit the Mother Lode here and potentially go and hit something really big. Or do we play the safe play and just sweep the board and then attack in? Or sweep the board and then just we'll have a 3/3 bat. Yeah, it depends on what they have in their hand. I kind of want to hit the Mother Lode. We have 22 cards in our deck. Like, the chances that we hit into something relevant here are pretty high, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going for it. Gamble, gamble, gamble. That's life and dorks to block, so that's something. And that's a lot of treasures for next turn. Okay. Yeah. We can big score and potentially hit something. Like, if we draw an Explosive Singularity, we can kill our opponent here. Just dome them to the face. Straight to the noggin. That is not an Explosive Singularity. Do we big score or do we do we third union of the third path? I think we just big score for maximum draw. There it is. That is a good game, sir. Good game. We're just gonna go auto pay. Crack the treasures. Blast them in the noggin. That's a game win. I told you this deck. You just stall and then you blow. You just Explosive Singularity right to the dome. It is very satisfying. And I've had a pretty good play experience with this in the terms of like winning a lot of games. It's just kind of slow to win because, well, you're playing a control deck. It is so fun though. Yeah, what games Untapped has got like collected, as I'm 8-4 with this deck. Let's see about the match times though. 16 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 24 minutes, 9 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes. So it varies, but there are some outliers that end up being quite long. This is a pretty good hand in terms of surviving. We have Volcanic Spites to hopefully filter for better cards if we need them. Big Score is a pretty good card, or just actually an awesome awesome card. It's kind of Big Score and hit the Mother Lode. This is why I titled the deck in Arena Money Ma'am Chandra, because I thought it was kind of funny. I was gonna say Money Man Chandra, and then I was like, wait a minute. Not quite. We are getting soldiers, though, so I don't think this one's a winnable one. We'll find out, though. We kind of need... this will do a lot of staving off attacks, and then we can save a Get Lost for, like, a Harbin if a Harbin shows up. Harbin's, like, a big problem. Muriel. Okay, that is a bigger problem. Put the +1 on the Skystrike Officer, I would think, but okay. We'll chump this, and then we gotta get rid of this Muriel, otherwise they're gonna make a ton of soldiers. Not quite sure if casting the Sunset Revelry was the right move there. We could have gotten rid of the Chandra with like a Volcanic Spite, which would have been pretty good, but no attacks, thank you. We can Volcanic Spite away another Volcanic Spite and get rid of the... Or actually, I could get Volcanic Spite away that Get Lost, potentially. A lot of the soldiers, besides Muriel, only have like 2 to 3 toughness. Well, now Skystrike Officer has more than that, and now they all have more than that. Yeah, that's Brotherhood's End would be hit the spot right about now. Yeah, Brotherhood's End would decimate their board. Just soaking as much damage as possible here. I think, as I said, Thalia turn 2 into like a good 1-drop into a good good 1-drop into a good 2-drop into a good 3-drop against an aggro opponent on the play is less than ideal. Do we need to get rid of the Skystrike Officer? I think what we do is here we go ahead, dome the Thalia, put away the Get Lost. A little bit of a risky move, but... And then... dome the Valiant Veteran, and I think we live. Do we wait until their turn? They might have... Let's get rid of it. If they have another land... The only problem here is if they have another land... No, if they had another land, they would be able to win, because they can graveyard... do this from the graveyard. Do we want to put away anything? I think I'm going to decline, actually. I probably could have gotten rid of the Union of the Third Path. No Thalios. Actually, if you have a Thalio, we need to draw into a land. Okay, there's... This is all good signs. Actually, this is a bad sign, I die. Forgot about Yotian Frontliners +1 effect. Yep. That was close. 1 off from surviving and then exiling their entire board, which would have put us in the game. Because then we could follow it up with a big score the next turn to draw cards. It was kind of close. Especially against an aggro deck on the play. Alright, alright. But yeah, I tried to play the Selesnya encounters list that I posted a video about earlier, or previously, and I was not having much success with it. I don't know if it's was getting seriously unlucky, or the meta has shifted, or that deck is just worse than I thought. Alright, this hand's pretty good. We have murder on 2, murder on 3. We drew into our 2 most expensive spells as well. That's why we have Volcanic Spite. This is really the reason it's in here, is you don't want a 10-drop in your hand when you have no way of casting it. So you can go ahead and put that card back into the bottom of your library and then draw a card. Zephyr Sentinel. This guy a soldier? Does not put anything anywhere. Okay. I want to get rid of this. I mean, if they fizzle it, it's whatever. Yeah. That is fine. We will just play a land and then try and Volcanic Spite something. We're not going to Brotherhood's End yet. There's nothing. We can kill the Zephyr Sentinel when it goes to attack in. Or try to again. The opponent will waste their turn and we'll take 1 damage. Yep. Rinse and repeat. Cool. Good talk, opponent. Kinda had enough of this Zephyr Sentinel, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I don't even need to pay 2. I can actually pay 1 and it will kill it, because it deals 1 extra damage to creatures. Finally got them to tap out so they can't just cycle that endlessly. Go ahead. Play land, pass turn. Virtue of Loyalty, okay. Okay. Do we discard Explosive Singularity or hit the Mother Lode? Probably Explosive Singularity. The big score. And we can just Sunfall if we want, but they'll probably just respond to that by bouncing their thing to the hand, or their Luminarch Veteran to the hand, because they have the Zephyr Sentinel. They didn't flash in the Sentinel. I'm kind of confused what they're up to, but you know, to each their own, I guess. Yep. I don't know anything about the damage. Just take it to the chin. Big score. Now, what do we discard? This is the question. We discard Explosive Singularity and then get a bunch of treasures from Hit the Mother Lode, or we could discard Brotherhood's End and just rely on Sunfall. Opponent might have a counter spell. They are playing instant speed soldiers, so very likely they might have a counter spell, so we're probably better off discarding the more expensive things and keeping the double sweeper just in case we need to, one of these gets countered. Opponent might just counter this though, is the thing. Yep, make disappear. Really fun and exciting match against soldiers here. Stop countering my things, damn it. Creatures no more. Bounce their veteran. Oh wait, no, veteran, bouncing their veteran would just killed their Zephyr Sentinel. So grindy. Alright. Mother Lode it is. Counterspell, and we concede. If that is the case, we might actually have to concede. I don't know if there's a way of coming back from here. We have Sunfall, but you can't have all your make disappears, do you? Thank you, Kenzer. Gain 2 life. We stave off of a turn's worth of damage. Shauna's Tidebender. Or just Azorius Flash. Interesting. And we have this because it's a... Oh, it's not even a soldier. I thought it was a soldier for a second. Turn up to 1 target creature you control if it was a soldier, put a plus counter. Okay. Huh. Human. So now they have uncounterable humans. This is a merfolk, so I have to take 5. Don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Virtue Loyalty. Luminous Phantom. Okay. That's a lot of committal to the board. They're completely tapped out. So, we at least get to do this. Yep. Resolve all, you gain some life. That's fine. Not the end of the world at this particular moment. We're trying not to die. Recruitment officer. Can't counter that, unfortunately. Resolve. Regal Bunnycorn. Okay. Interesting. Azorius stuffs. Drawing cards. Okay. I respect the drawing card strategy. Knight Errant's EOS is pretty funny with the Virtue of Loyalty because you go like convoke stuff out and then you just untap them at the end of the turn. Very solid, just Azorius things deck. Well, this would have been pretty good several turns ago. I'm gonna go ahead and big score away a big score and hit a boatload of lands. Alright, I'll play land, hold up and get lost, and concede. I think I'm dead. Good game. Yeah. Flash creatures. Yeah, that will do. That's a good way of dodging sweepers. Did not think of that. And well, yeah, control kind of leans pretty hard on sweepers, at least for dealing with creatures. All right, see if we can get like a bit of a more smooth game. That first game was pretty slow. Let me see. Do I want to keep this? I think this is probably a fine hand. Bivouac, and then we have Get Lost for turn 2, and just maybe we'll draw into a sweeper. I mean, we have 6 of them in the deck. Actually, I think we have like 8 of them in the deck. Alright. Let me go ahead and play land. Beanstalk, eh? Green Beanstalk. I am afraid of what you're going to be doing with that Beanstalk. Maybe I'm irrationally afraid, but nothing to do. I will big score away this land, and the next turn we can jam Chandra. And it's not like green's gonna have a particularly good way of dealing with Chandra. Ramping. I see you, and I raise you a big score. Wow, a lot of our bivouacs. A little unfortunate because I would like some untapped lands, but don't think there's a way for our opponent to attack into our Chandra next turn, so I might just play Chandra and then ooh, I could -4 hit their Topiary Stomper in their face, but I think I'll probably just +1 and see what we hit into. Union of the Third Path. Okay, so we can double cast a Union of the Third Path, which is not bad. And then minus on their creatures. Looks like our opponent is trying to ramp. Well, we got a card off of Chandra, so this is not the end of the world. We do have ways to remove enchantments. Go ahead, play that, and I think I'll just go ahead and play a Bivouac here. And we'll cast our Sweeper next turn. We can hard cast it, hit the Mother Lode. Like the next turn or something like that. Our opponent might actually be able to attack in here, but that's okay. Do they have a land drop? Not a land drop, but they might find a land drop. A very interesting deck. Lots of green card draw and splashing other colors here. Looks like it's probably a Dinos deck, because there's Watley. Alright, if I do this, can I cast the Sunset Revelry and still draw a card? I think I do. Sunset Revelry, a really funny card. I mean, it's just, sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's bad. In this case, it's just 2 mana draw a card. And hey, better than nothing. Alright. Another Watley. Find another land. I feel like my music a little too quiet, so I think it's kind of buffering at the moment. There's the Hammer Skull. I knew there was some big dinos coming. Going to further pump their... Oh my goodness. Another ossification. Not what we were looking for. Let's see if we can find what we might want. Start a card. Nope. None of it. None of that was it. Wait, what did I discard? I discarded a land, right? Yeah. Okay. Play this. Gain a life, draw a card. Ooh, depopulate. Do we wait a turn or do we depopulate now? Might depopulate now. I know I could have hit the Mother Lode, but I kind of want to do that if I can wait until I can get Chandra back. From like, we have 4 of these get lost, so we should find another sometime soon. We're 34 cards deep. Opponent's got Storm-Colored Vanguard, so they're just kind of a value control-ish kind of thing here. We're going to go ahead, big score away or light up the night, I think. Should make 2 treasures, so we should still be able to cast some stuff if we find it. I could Thrill of Possibilities away, Thrill of Possibilities. We don't mind taking 6 here because we're up to 30. And we can hold up the Sunfall for like another relevant thing here. Okay, Brotherhood's End is about as useless as it gets here. Go ahead, play a land. And 29 cards left in the library. Just need another Get Lost, and we can blow up the enchantment, get our Chandra back, cast a double big score. That'd be very exciting. Very fun. Up the Beanstalk. Our opponent has their way of dealing with control decks, and it's Up the Beanstalk, I guess, is their plan, because they get to draw cards whenever they cast their Stormcloud Vanguards. And presumably they have something else that's 5 mana or more. I wonder if they have Leyline Binding. That'd be a good thing to do if you're trying to play this many different types of creatures. Or, sorry, types of lands. Dinosaur. Warrior. Phyrexian Beast. Interesting. Looks like our opponent's probably fallen on a budget, which I respect. Very respectable. Alright, well, hit the Mother Lode. What happens if I hit the Mother Lode? If I hit a Chandra, I have to take it up and then cast a Sunfall. And then they take it away. This doesn't seem very good. I think I'm just gonna Sunfall and pass the turn. It's not very exciting, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll go ahead, Sunfall, maybe activate a Bivouac and attack in. Don't know if our opponent has instant speed removal. We will go ahead and find out here very soon. I hate when I activate my man lands and they remove them. It's one of my less favorite things. Yep, there you go. Ate my own words for doing it. I jinxed it. That's my bad. Hey man, I just wanted some damage. Wanted to get some score on the board. Opponent got some score on the board, but we are still 23 life deep because of our Union of the Third Pass and stuff. Oh my goodness. What are these draws? Alright, I think we'll go ahead and hit the Mother Lode. Interesting. That's something. Okay. Get lost. Can return our Chandra at the end of their turn, which is something worth noting. You can blow it up on their end step. We have a boatload of treasures. So let's just hope they don't have like an artifact sweeper. There is one in green that no one ever plays, and then there's Brotherhood's End, and they don't have 2 mountains, so things are looking up in that regard. Can't really chump the Dreadmaw, but it's fine. I don't think we're gonna chump it. We're just hold these 1/1s up for if they play something that doesn't have trample. I mean, all we do is take 2 less damage. So, alright. I would like my Chandra. I'm sorry, opponent. This is the turn that we try and win the game. Do they have a protection spell? No. Do they have a removal spell? No. Awesome. Okay, +1. Find me the big damage. That is not the big damage. Alright, we're gonna get rid of this Brotherhood's End. Draw 4 cards. Come on, come on. Looking for the big damage. That's not big damage, but that is something I can cast for fun. Alright, we can have another Get Lost. I think what we'll do is we'll wait until their turn and do some fun things. We can cast Light Up the Night. Remove some counters from our Chandra. And do like 6 damage to their, or 5 damage to their face. That is an option. Might as well do that. Right? Just in case they have some way of gaining life. Actually no, we'll force them into using that. I want to play it safe. So I'm just gonna hold up everything. Maybe they'll go in for Chandra, but if they do, we have a way of dealing with that. So yeah, I'm gonna pass the turn. Funny enough, I'm gonna pass the turn. We want to get a double spell off of Chandra. That's the goal here. I mean, we could do some other interesting things. They could probably play this Ossification. If they do that, we can double Volcanic Spite their Earthshaker Dreadmaw. So when we do this, it copies it. We can do 3 damage, and then we can have it do 3 damage again to their Earthshaker Dreadmaw. And then we can cycle away some cards. I don't know if there's anything I really don't like in my hand. These cards are all like awesome with Chandra, like amazing with Chandra, so I think we'll just get rid of the Earthshaker Dreadmaw, call it a day. I guess Earthshaker Dreadmaw is a 6/6 that will draw them 2 cards with their up the Beanstalks.
Next time, I'll burn even brighter.
We haven't been activating the Sunfall token either, because if we Sunfall again, we're just gonna end up removing it. So might as well just keep the artifact lying around. We actually have something really cool we can do here. Watch this. So get lost this, get back our Chandra. It's gonna be a new copy of Chandra according to the magic gods. We can then double cast our big score on their turn. We'll just discard the Sunfall, make a bunch of treasures, draw a bunch of cards, and then our turn we can double cast, hit the Mother Lode, but hopefully we'll find an Explosive Singularity and just finish our opponent off the old-fashioned way. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, my turn. Good game, opponent. This is what... That's a lot of money. A lot of money right here. 20 damage to the face. Oh my goodness. This deck is so fun. This is one of my prouder creations. I have to imagine, like, the entire time we're playing the game, our opponents are just like, what the heck are they doing? Meanwhile, just trying to desperately assemble Chandra and Explosive Singularity. They're like, they have 15 treasures and 4 cards in hand, and they don't want to spend it. No. It is. I love big score though, or hit the Mother Lode. Both of them actually. Hit the Mother Lode. I just feel like I was like, it is a new card that we can play in the deck, but I honestly think it's a good card in this deck. Unironically, a good card. Because it translates like, okay, it's 7 mana, so it actually is something you can cast, hard cast, where Explosive Singularity is not something you can hard cast. Oh, okay. A free win, rare, gold 2. Trying to make it to Mythic this season, we'll see how it goes. I know the past few seasons I have not been playing this game super frequently or seriously, so this month, December will be my month. We'll return to Mythic finally. Micro Tyrant is the Gestalt leader of the Mycoids, a race of virulent fungus. Good to know. We had a little bit of the Lost Caverns of Ixalan lore there. I kind of want to keep this hand, but we have no interaction really, and that seems like a problem. Well, we'll get punished. We'll just do it. Ulamog. It looks like our opponent might be a historic enjoyer. Speaking of which, I haven't played historic in a while. They announced that there's going to be a new format coming that's I'm assuming it's basically historic no bans, or like the no bans event that they've had for midweek Magic, where it's like literally any card on Magic Arena except Channel, which is a 2 green sorcery that basically allows you to pay life for generic mana, which is pretty broken because you can just turn 2 out like a 10 drop. Or actually, I think you might be able to do it turn 1. But yeah, there's definitely ways you can do it turn 1. And then I'm trying to think of the other things that are banned. Is Luris banned? I don't think Luris is banned. There's like 2 bans. I can't remember them off the top of my head. Opponent is playing Sultai Reanimator with this good old card, Squirming Emergence. Seen several Squirming Emergence decks, but I haven't ever been particularly impressed by them. Like, you can do like some turn... You can do turn 3, reanimate like a 9 drop, or sorry, an 8 drop, which is pretty good, but you kind of need the right sequence of cards. Okay, we'll draw a card, gain some life. Alright. We can big score on their turn. Opponent's looking for their green source, presumably, because Founding of the Third Path is what you need. You play Founding of the Third Path turn 2, and then you cast a spell that mills you for free, and then the second chapter mills you for 4, and then turn 4 you can cast a Squirming Emergence. And you can also cast it from your graveyard. Or sorry, turn 3 you can cast it. But turn 4 you can also cast it from your graveyard. Huh, okay. I'm scared of counterspells. Might just sit here for a moment and pass the turn. Okay, they were just otherworldly gazing. That is unfortunate. Okay. What does Union of the Third Path draw me into? A land for next turn, I guess. The nice thing is if our opponent reanimates a creature or this enchantment, we can blow it up with Get Lost. So it doesn't prevent them from casting a massive spell for free with one with Multiverse. I love one with Multiverse. That has got to be one of my favorite reanimation targets. Yeah, they have all the permanent cards that are mill spells, so like Founding of the Third Path, Picklock Prankster, Philagi Archaeologist. I don't know how the first word is supposed to be. Phalange? Oh, they found their green source. They're not happy with their current mill target. I have to assume that they have enough Descend yet to reanimate. Oh wait, no, this is 8 mana. No, I think they had enough. Interesting. Alright, well, what did they mill into? Just more lands. Wow, that is rough. I'm sorry to see that, opponent. Alright, my turn. We are doing equally silly things, opponent. You want to see what we're doing? This is our plan here, opponent.
No more watching. It's time to do something.
Cast on our turn using Chandra mana. That's another reason I love Chandra. You can just like take her up and cast a two mana thing using her. Go ahead, get rid of the Brotherhoods and draw 4.
No holding back.
Hopefully we find a replacement just in case our opponent has removal. No, with a deck like this, I feel like you're just racing to reanimate. They've I don't know why they're not reanimating their... Oh, Portal to Phyrexia. Not bad. I think... Unless they have a way of getting rid of our Chandra, I think we can just win next turn. No. Not enough mana. Cast another reanimation thing for free. Cast another reanimation thing for free. They hit our Chandra. How rude. What the hell?
Easily.
Why would you do that? So mean. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I can't count. I can't count. Alright, we make mana. And we dome you in the face.
They won't know what.
We're both doing cool things. Ours just happens to kill you. Alright, that's gonna have to do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck. I've had an absolute blast. I can't speak. Absolute blast playing this deck. It is so much fun. This is genuinely one of the decks that has made me really excited, or like enjoy playing the game. I don't know if I can say super excited, but yeah, this deck is really funny just to play. Dome your opponents for 20 damage. So yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck as much as I did. If you did, consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing the video, or whatever. All those good things that helps out. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, maybe you'll enjoy our previous video, which we did on... What was the deck? Why am I so bad at remembering these things? Alright, hold on. It was on... Oh yeah, it was the human throne thing. We did 5-color humans using roaming throne, popping off with a Nimba call. It was kind of cool. Yeah, it's a fun deck to play. But yeah, anyways, have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.